Sid from Sid's Wood Shack, and we're going to put together a project today that any youth in any wood shop can do pretty well. It's pretty easy. You saw video clips. The introduction part had some squirrels and some squirrel feeders. That's what I want to build. Now, the squirrel feeders on the trees you saw was this one and this one. I dismounted them, took them down, and this one here holds 2 ears of corn. This one only holds 1 ear. I'm going to make this one here. If you want to make this one, just go a little bit wider with your wood all the way around, drill 2 holes, and put the screws up through the bottom so you can attach the cord. So I'm going to build this right here, and we're going to start out by showing you a materials list. And you know what? I think that everything I need, I have as scrap lumber in my shop. So this project here will virtually cost me nothing except a little bit of time and a few nails. So if you want to build a youth project, this is it. This is easy, it's fun, and you saw that we feed the squirrels out front of my house with some dried corn, and we do that all year round. Anyway, so let's get started, okay? It's pretty easy. Let's go for it. Okay, so here's the squirrel feeder I want to duplicate, and I don't know if I made this one or somebody gave it to me, if we bought it perhaps. But the measurements on this squirrel feeder are thus. Let me show you. First of all, the back part of it, this back part here, is 4.5 inches wide by 14 inches long. The tray part, what I call the tray, the part there that the squirrels sit on, is 4.5 by 6. 4.5 by 6. Then on each side of the tray is a little ledge, you might say, a little block there, so the cord doesn't fall off. You can see that. Those are about 1.25 inches by 6 3/4, and you could even make that 1.5 inches if you have scrap lumber. Don't even bother cutting them, just put them on there. And then you'll need 7 or 8 just 1.5 inch brad nails. I'm going to nail mine together, but also I want to glue mine. I've got a little bit of Gorilla Glue here. It's white wood glue, and I'm going to use this, but if you have just white Elmer's glue somewhere around your house, that'll work perfect. Let's get going. Okay, we're doing a youth project, and I want to show you one more thing before I start cutting lumber. And what I'm going to do is cut out the 6 pieces of lumber, lay them out so you can see them, but I want to show you what kind of lumber I'm going to use. If you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, or maybe some other local lumber company, they might have a board out there called a fence slat. Here's one here. It's a treated piece of lumber. You can see how big it is. It's actually, I'm 6'1", so this thing is every bit of 6 feet tall. Believe it or not, where I go, these boards are under $2 a piece. So when I go into one of these big stores like Lowe's or Home Depot, I come out with 10 or 15 of these because I always like to have a lot of these on stock in my shop. This board here is 5.5 inches wide. It's about an inch, about a ½ inch thick. Okay, so it's about 5.5 that way, 5.5 this way, about a ½ inch this way, and it's already notched at the top. So I'm going to measure down 14 inches to about right here, and I'm going to cut it right here, because I like that look also for a squirrel feeder. I like that tapered look in the corners. Anyway, so I just want to share with you. These are fantastic boards, and again, go in, buy yourself 10 or 15. You'll be glad you always have some of these in stock, like I do up top behind me. All right, I'm going to start cutting. Okay, so let's cut a few pieces of lumber. This is my nice Craftsman table saw I've had for years and years. What I like to do is keep the blade under the surface of the table itself for safety reasons. And when you cut lumber, you want to go up just a little bit past the depth of the lumber. So that's only about 1/8 of an inch above. I might go a little bit more, but not a whole lot. So that's good. I have a 6-inch piece here, and I have a 14-inch piece here. So let's cut these together. And just be very careful with those fingers. I still have all my fingers, but you know what? A lot of people only do have that, and they have this, and they maybe only have that because they've had accidents over the years. don't jeopardize your safety. Always consider your fingers. So I'm going to cut this on this side of the line. This is going to be my 6-inch piece here. So let's see. Okay, so here's my first piece. I'm going to raise this up just a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Perfect. And so that's gonna go on there somewhere like that. Okay. Now I've got a 14-inch piece here. Let's cut this too. Alright, we're in good shape. We need 2 more pieces. Okay, I need 2 side pieces. I'm going to make them 1.5 inches rather than 1.25 inches because I don't like to see corn slide off the feeder. I'm going to use a fence to guide this. I'm going to put my fingers way back over here. If I need to, I'll use this as a push to push my lumber, but let's see what happens. I like to wait for the blade to stop before I move. There you go. Wait for that to stop, then move your board. I won't need this one. I will need this one, and I need 2 of these, 6 3/4 long each, or 6 1/4 each in length. I'll need to go back to my guide like this, and let's see. Let's measure out 6 3/4. I can get 2 of these out of here, I think. There's the first one. And it's always better to double measure. Measure twice, cut once. General rule of thumb in the wood shop. Measure twice, cut 1 time. Okay, that's good. So let's cut this one. Okay, and let's measure the second one. 6 3/4. There we go. This is adjustable, so I've got this at a 90-degree angle, you can see. But I could also do an angle like this, but I don't need that at this point. After I'm done using this, I like to lower that blade right down surface, below the surface. Okay, in fact, a good rule of thumb too is if you can, put this right over it like that. That's a good safety feature right there, especially when you're going to transport your saw. And then finally, I like to unplug it. There we go. Okay, perfect. Here's our 6 pieces of lumber. Here's the back. There's the tray. We're going to measure from here to down here somewhere and find out where we want to mount that. Then these are going aside just like this. So it's coming 6 pieces of lumber, a couple screws, maybe a little bit of glue. Let's take a measurement now. Here's the original project, and I actually made this a little bit longer, but not a whole lot longer. Let's see, according to this, this is about 10 inches from here to here. So let's take a measurement. 10 inches from the top to the bottom, or to where we're going to mount the tray at. Okay, 10 inches. So it's going to go right there. I'm going to take a right angle. This is really handy for doing some doing some drawing of some lines here, and you can see there's my line there. What you do is you bump this against the flat edge, go all the way up like this, and then you can draw a line. So that's going to be probably, let's see here, maybe I'll put this right on that line so I can see it, or I could even do this, I guess, but I'm going to do it just like that. So you know what, I'm going to go ahead and draw another line over here. So here's my part here. This is where this is going to be, right there. So now what I'm going to do is get a few nails going. So let me measure this again in the back so I know where my nails go. So that's 10 inches to right here. So let's go 10 inches down to here. Just like this. Again, this is the back, so let's say I'm going to write the word back here like this. That's the back of it. Then I'm going to draw that line again, just like I did earlier, just like this. See? And then let's put this right back on here again. Alright, so I'm going to put at least 3 nails here, and I'm at least going to start them to where I can see them. And then I'll mount that on there and hammer it the rest of the way. Okay, so I put in 3 nails there, and I'm going to throw a little bit of wood glue right here, and I think that'll really help it stay together for a long, long time. Build your mom one of these. Build your dad one of these. Make it a surprise gift for your grandma, grandpa. I gave one away one time, and the people were really happy with it. Just some friends of mine. Oh yeah, Christmas gifts, anniversary gifts, make all kind of things. Here's a nice shop rag. It's just a paper towel made for shops. I don't know if it's Downy or what brand, but it really does come in handy too. Okay, so now I need to mount this. Somehow I need to hold it to get way down here, and I need to put in that first nail. That's always the tricky one. So I'm going to put this right over here. Make sure that's flush here and flush there. Okay, very good. And let me do the middle one. So I'm just holding it down a little bit. I'm going to do the side one here. Notice I hold my hammer in the back. I'm being very careful to hit the nail straight on and keep my fingernails out of the way. Alright, no nails here, no nails here, so they all went through the wood pretty well. Good, 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 I like it. Now, the next 2 boards would be a lot easier. See, I'm going to put that right here. We're going to make it where it's a tray. Then we're going to drill some holes here and there, and we're about done. So let me spread some glue, and we'll start nailing. Okay, so I spread some glue from here all the way to the end. I'm going to mount this where it's flush, and then the very back, just like this. I want to make sure I get at least 1 nail right there, so I'm going to do that first. Just like this. Now I want to hold that. Oh, don't want to do that wrong. Let's see here. Okay. Be ashamed to mess it up in the last 2 little pieces, wouldn't it? There you go. Look at that. If you want, you could do this too, if you really want to. Take a punch. I'm going to put at least 2 more nails across here. And that helps them start just like that, and about like that. So that already gets the hole going. Just a little bit of a punch. Perfect. So far that's only 3, 4, 5, 6 nails. Then 7, 8, 9 nails. See, look at that. It's coming along, isn't it? Now let's do this side. Then you put some glue. I spread glue on here so I can use my finger to dab it. That's what I like to do. You do it any way you want. It's so fun to have a shop like this. It's a cool getaway place. It's a cool place to make cool things. And you could do things you never dreamed you could do. Get all kind of ideas off the internet, out of books like Country Sampler and some other country magazines. Go to places like thrift stores. You see something you want to make, take a picture of it and go duplicate it. Hey, who cares? Okay, so now let's turn that around like this. Now remember, we're not doing this, we got to do this. See that? Just like that. And let me just drive one over here like this. There we go, just to get that going. And I'm going to turn it around like this so I can maneuver a little bit easier. Okay? Oh, I can't believe we're almost through with this. There we go, look at that. Oh, perfect. Now I want to punch it 2 more times, put 2 more nails in. That's only a total of 9 nails for this nice project. There you go. No splits, no cracks. Not yet anyway. Got 1 more nail. To be honest with you, the last nail is always the one you got to be careful of, because that's when you're going to hit your hand. Great. Good. No nails here, none here. They all went into wood. There we go. Look at that. Now, what I want to do is drill 3 holes. So let me get set up for that. Okay, so we need to drill a couple of holes, and we're about done. The screw that I'm going to use for the corn is 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches. So that's going to come not necessarily right in the middle, but maybe over toward this side a little bit more. Maybe right about there. So let me put a little bit of X where I want to drill. Let's do this. There we go. Look at that. Okay. Good, good. Now, to put this on the tree, what I just did earlier is just drilled 2 holes, a hole here and a hole way over here, and I just put a screw through the tree. And if you want to find a strap some other way, a rope or something to tie it together, that's up to you. But I'm just going to use a couple screws. Hopefully the environmentals won't have me arrested. I don't think I've killed a tree yet. They kill babies though, that's terrible, isn't it? So I would say to them, leave me alone. Okay, there you go. And so let's put this up through here. And let's see how she looks. Alright, look at that. There you go, and there you go. This one's a little bit bigger. Again, a board like that, $2, a couple screws, or one screw, a couple nails, and you got a real cheap project for way under just $3. Thanks for joining me, and I'll show you in a minute what it looks like hanging up. Okay, so we did this project. You saw how we did it step by step. Got to get you some dry corn, and if it's dry enough, it should just pop right here on the screw that I put in on the table. There it is, just like that. Now, one thing else you could do, you could take some black spray paint or red spray paint, or just if you want to brush it on, and you could paint that if you want. I might do that before I mount it. Otherwise, I'm going to mount it, take a picture of it, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay? Okay, here she is. Didn't take too much time or cost to build a little squirrel feeder. I had some yellow spray paint, so I thought I'd just make the whole thing yellow. Sticks out in the backyard. There's the corn. Let me get a close-up with it. Again, if you want to mount it some other way, I would encourage you to find out what's zoned or coded in your area. I don't know if there's a code out here. I just screwed it right on. Never killed a tree yet, but you might want to put a strap around the tree and mount it on a strap perhaps. Anyway, it's pretty neat. Squirrels are going to like that. Thanks for joining me. Watch my other videos. Please subscribe and share often. Thanks a lot. Take care. Look for the next video too. Bye.